So Greg, I mean, I'm not sure if I need to tell you this, but some of your shirts are kind of crappy. I mean, you know,
What do you mean by crappy? They got a sweet little pocket right here.
I mean they
That's
could be better. I mean, there's a place I know where it has lots of cool stuff.
yeah, but how cool?
We're talking about AAA cool. We're talking about shirts from 86.com. They're a pretty cool site. They sell all types of merchandise, including t-shirts, keychains, and other cool stuff that they sell on their site. And also have awesome video game material as well, such as Street Fighter, Killer Instinct, Guilty Gear, Skullgirls, BlazBlue, Smite, and 86's own brand of t-shirts as well as other stuff. Recently they put out some new keychains for Street Fighter 5. So yeah, there's some awesome stuff there. So I'm just suggesting, next time you go out and buy a shirt of any kind, I suggest check out 86.com. And if you want to support us and them at the same time, please use this link in your web browser to check out 86.com. Put in www.86.com AFF equals 4. Again, www.86.com AFF equals 4. This link will tell them that we sent you and that we're cool with them as long as you're cool with us. Thank you and enjoy the show.
That's
Achievement.
why I was trying to. That's why I was trying to find the podcast where we had that conversation with Danielle, was because I first off I wanted to show Josh that when I teased you when you stumbled over your words in front of her.
Well, yeah, well, that's, I mean, yeah, hey, that was
Par
bound to
for the course
happen.
for our friendship.
I
Yeah.
mean, I mean that pause, yeah, when I play a game for a long, ooh, that's cool. Whenever I play a game for a long time, I love it, and then I get like the voice actress of one of the characters in it. I'm like, oh god, I can't talk.
No, I get it. Oh, that's the point. That's why I wanted to show him, was because um, you did do a good job with like keeping it together, but I wanted to show him how easy it is to kind of get um, like not only in your own head, but to a point where you might stutter or stumble across your word.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's yeah, that was my goal, was to just show how easy it can be. That was it, and yeah, I don't know. That was, I mean, as far as that thing goes. So, okay, I don't know if I've told this. I know I've talked about this on the stream when I was streaming for E, but I guess I'll talk about it now. Living in California, it's not difficult to like run into a celebrity.
Yeah, that's. Whoa, what is that?
Especially if you're at a convention. That's a new bad guy who looks terrifying and kind of awesome at the same time.
Yeah. Can I?
But he doesn't look like that big of a threat. I would double jump over him, go to his other side. There you go. There you go.
Cool.
That a
Awesome.
boy.
Anyways, as you were saying.
When I went to Comic Con in 2008, there were quite a few celebrities that I got to meet, and like a few of the highlight of moments are when I met Nathan Fillion. He was at a Browncoats booth, and if you know what I'm talking about, like, good for you. If not, Browncoats is a thing in Firefly, and he was at the booth signing comic books, Firefly comic books to be specific. And my buddy Lito, who was with me, Lito lost his mind, literally couldn't speak. And we get up there, and I go, hey, I just want to get a picture with you real quick, like, big fan. Also want you to sign this shirt. I'm gonna give it to my brother, and he was like, all right, cool. So he signs the shirt and takes a picture with me. Lito was just like, and I was like, I think he wants a picture and a signature too. And Nathan Fillion kind of gives him this look like, are you sure? Because you're having trouble talking to me, like kind of being intentionally a funny dick. And so so I hand him, I take the comic out of Lito's hand. I hand it to him. He signs it real quick. There's a huge line back there. And I go, Lito, and Lito looks at me, and I go, Nathan, now, and I take the picture. And then like I was like thanks, and we just walked away. Like he couldn't even muster up a thanks. It was hilarious. So that was one moment. I'm trying to remember another moment where I had because the only time I've ever had I couldn't compose myself moment was when I met Matt Groening, which if you've heard this story, you know how great it is. So it was the third day of Comic-Con 2008. I kept going by the Bongo booth, the Bongo Comics booth, which the Bongo Comics are the guys who make the Simpsons comic.
Right.
Yada yada yada. And every day I'd go by that Bongo's booth, and I went by it frequently because I was hoping that I would run into him. Of course, I went by the Fox booth, and I tried to, maybe stumble upon him when he was at a panel, and yada yada yada. Nothing ever worked, but it was very early Sunday morning. I was there. I went there without other people in my group. No, that's right. It was Mike wasn't there. My buddy Mike wasn't there. He wanted to sleep in. He was so tired. He was just like, I'm gonna sleep in if you want to head out. So I head out by myself. And I happened to go. I went by there. I went to the Hasbro booth, and I went to the Lego area. Walked back towards the Bongo area, or where it was. And as I'm walking by, there's no line. Nobody's there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I see him signing this massive Bart doll. Like, it's a 5-foot Bart doll, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I immediately, I was like, okay, calm down, calm down.
Ooh.
Just go up politely.
Get some new stuff.
Oh, there's caveats now on the tactic and survival.
3 HP when you kill enemy and 54 cooldown. Damn, so we know
Do the tactics one.
Faster.
Do the tactics one.
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous.
Anyway, so I slowly walk over there and I go, and I get up behind him. I was like, Mr. Graney, Mr. Graney. And he turns around and I was like, I'm a huge fan and I just love a picture with you. I've been watching Simpsons since I was a kid. And he was like, yeah. And he looks at the dude he's with and he's like, this is what I do for him. Right? I guess he was having a conversation with him.
Right.
And I think I even said sorry to interrupt because I was trying to be as polite as I could.
Mm-hmm.
So I hand the dude my camera, which by the way was a disposable camera. And yeah. And because at the time my phone was a fucking Razor. If that tells you how long ago this was. He goes to take the picture, and a part of my brain was like, just tell him, just say it, it's fine, it'll be cool. So I say very, very whispery like, you kind of helped raise me.
Inadvertently.
He just takes the picture, and then there's this awkward moment where him and I have to stand next to each other, because the guy goes, because I think whatever camera that I had like a picture thing on it.
Right. Like
you can see what pictures. It might have been a digital camera that I borrowed from a friend. Because now I'm thinking about it. The guy looked at the picture and goes, "Your eyes are closed." So it wasn't a disposable camera. But he goes, "Your eyes are closed, so we need to take another one." So there's this awkward moment where Matt
what
and
am I doing? I
Oh.
thought there was something down here. Okay, well, good. I'm not dead.
Yeah. It just takes a lot of your health away.
Oh man.
But yeah, there's this awkward moment where Matt and I have to stand next to each other, just kind of like in this moment of me saying this very creepy thing to him, to take a second picture because I had to fucking tell him that he had kind of helped raise me. And the reason I wanted to say it was because I watched so much Simpsons that when it comes to like the way that I think about the world, my sense of humor and all that kind of stuff comes from the Simpsons. Like, it's there because of The Simpsons, and I wanted him to know that. And but the way that it came out was like, I'm gonna wear your skin. So, but no, like I've met. I remember the first time I ever met Nolan North. So it was at the Marvel booth, and Steve Blum and a couple of the voice actors were there because they nicely done.
Yeah, I got pretty far on that one.
Yeah, you did really well on that run. That was a really, really good run.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm surprised I've never told you the story, Anthony.
I think you have actually. Like, you might have told this story. Well, I'll let you finish. But I think the story you told me was at SAC Anime, and a panel actually, but go on. I might be something different that I may not know.
Well, there was a panel at SAC Anime that had Nolan North and Steve Blum. Not Steve Blum, sorry, Troy Baker. And that might have been what you're referring to. But...
No, we had a panel at SAC Anime, like it was long ago. But it was
and I was telling the audience there.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was when they set up the hotel.
Oh, okay.
I was so confused. I was like, what? I remember having the panel, like our I was having the panel at SAC Anime. Anyway, getting off track here. We go in there because they, like I said, they're all doing voices for an upcoming show that Marvel's doing. We didn't know exactly what it was, but it turned out to be the excellent and canceled after one season, Wolverine and the X-Men.
I vaguely remember that.
It's a super good cartoon. But the problem is that it did very poorly. So
I see.
It sucked too because the very end of season 1 ended with like the precursor to the Apocalypse storyline. Because like there's a moment where like like the very last shot is Apocalypse walking out of some like temple or some shit, and he throws up his fist and Rogue is right behind him.
Ooh.
And I was like, oh my god, Age of Apocalypse storyline, hell yeah! And then they were like, that show's canceled. I was like, oh. But yeah, they were promoting that show. And I was excited to see Steve Blum because I was a huge fan, still am a huge fan, of Cowboy Bebop. And I was just like, I love you, Spike Spiegel. No shit, Josh, you don't say. But yeah, a huge fan of like that entire show and his dubbing of Spike Spiegel. So I wanted to talk to him about that, but he was like, I'm playing Wolverine. I don't have time to talk about that. And I'm like, but but it's him and Nolan North sitting there. At this time, I also didn't know that Nolan North was the voice of Nathan Drake.
Oh.
So we're sitting there, like, I'm just like, Nolan North, you are my concentration right now. This other dude, whatever. And he's like, and Nolan North, like, he slides all of our papers over and he signs them too. And he's like, do you guys know who I'm doing? And I was like, who? And he's like, I'm doing Deadpool. And we were just like, oh, that's rad. Like, I can't believe that's really cool. Who are you? I think I even said that. I was like, please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm not exactly sure what you've done. And he's like, oh, I'm more known for Nathan Drake. And all of us were just like, holy shit!
That's an awesome response.
Yeah, that's when we got excited about seeing Nolan. Which now, like, there's no way that he would be at a signing at Comic-Con and not have a gigantic line, you know? At the time, there was nobody there.
Yes.
This was 2009, by the way. Just to keep that in mind.
Yep, definitely.
But my favorite moment in this whole thing was that after Steve Blum and I keep saying Blum, it's not Blum, it's Blum. After Steve Blum and Nolan North signed our paper, Steve goes, hey, you see that guy over there? See that big guy over there? And we were like, yeah. And he goes, you guys need to go over there and say like he sucks at voice acting or something to that effect, right? It was like, make fun of him. And we were like, why? He's like, because he does the voice of the Hulk, and you need to go make fun of him. His name is Fred Tatasciore. Which we all like. I immediately recognized that name, and I was like, hell yeah, I'm going over there. So I went up and I said, excuse me, I just wanted to let you know that guy over there says that you're a terrible voice actor. And he looks over at Steve and just gives him the middle finger.
That's great.
And I laughed and
That's
I was like,
awesome.
dude, I'm a huge fan of your work. Like, I know what you've done and yada yada yada. And he's like, oh man, thanks. And I said, I didn't know you were doing the Hulk. That's awesome. And I'm really excited to see, which at the time there was a movie coming out that was Thor versus Hulk and Wolverine versus Hulk. Which, if you've seen that, both those are fantastic and excellent. But I was like, I'm really excited to see those, and he was like, yeah, they're gonna be great. I know that Steve over there does the voice of Wolverine and the, so it's gonna be really cool. And I said, can I get a signature on this thing? He's like, yeah. He's like, do you want my actual signature or do you want something special? And I was like, something special. So he turns the paper over, just like grabs the pen like it's like in his fist, and scrolls on the back in giant letters, Hulk smash.
Oh,
And I still have that to this day. It's
nice.